Hey everyone, I'm going to show you how to build a cozy camper that is scaled for minifigures for today's Lego Brick tutorial. Let's begin the chassis with a 4x6 plate. Let's flip this over and set down a 2x6 plate right in the center and a pair of 2x2 plates with Technic holes. I'm going to place these on both sides of the 2x6 plate, and let's lock all that together with a 2x4 plate. Now take a 4x plate, let's flip this over and we're going to slip it in on the right hand side. Take a 2x2 modified plate with Technic hole, let's place a friction pin inside the hole. Let's make two of these. I want to place these right on the right hand side of the 2x6 plate. Take a 1x2 by 1x4 downwards angular plate. We're going to place this right here, followed by a pair of 1x2 plates on both sides, and we're going to lock all this together with a 2x4 plate. Take two 4x8 plates, we're going to flip these over. I'm going to set these on the left hand side of the 4x6 plate where they are attached on the 2x6 plate, and let's secure this in with a 1x2 modified plate with a ball hitch, and on the far left a pair of 1x2 plates. Take another 2x2 modified plate with Technic hole, let's place a friction pin inside. Let's make two of these. I'm going to place these right next to the ball hitch and lock that together with a 2x3 plate. Right in this area, a 1x4 plate. We're going to begin the construction of our side step. And a pair of 1x4 modified brick with track. Let's place these in this opening. For stabilizer jacks, take a 1x2 modified plate with upwards Technic hole. We're going to place a 1x1 flat tile on this stud. I'm going to need to make four of these, and I'm going to set these on these friction pins. But what we want to do is we want these facing outward, and the tile is going to prevent these from folding under, and these will rest right on the 1x2 plate. So we're going to place two on the left hand side and two on the right hand side. Now let's proceed on with a 1x8 plate. Let's place this right here, followed by a pair of 1x4 plates. This will just dress up the bottom of our cozy camper. For the slide out step, take a pair of 1x2 plate with slide. Let's place a 1x2 flat tile on one end. Set that right there. Now note the orientation of the tile. What I want to do is slip it in where the tile is on this side. Slip it right inside the track pieces. For the slide out step, take a 2x6 plate. Let's set down a 2x4 flat tile on one end. I want to take these four studs and place them on top of our plates with slide. And let's finish up this area with a 1x8 plate. And we're going to take a set of Technic pins, place these in these two openings. These are going to be the axles for our wheels. And for our front stabilizer, a stick with holder. Place this right on the hitch so it snaps in place. Let's set this off to the side. Let's flip the chassis over for our rear bumper. Start with a 1x8 plate. Let's face this off with a 1x8 flat tile. We're going to place this on the downwards angular plate. In this area, let's set down a pair of 1x2 plates. Let's skip a set of studs on both sides and place a pair of 1x3 plates. In this area, we're going to start installing our shower pan. So take a 1x2x2 corner wall element, set that right there, and a 1x2x1 wall element right next to it. A 1x1 flat tile for a fake drain, and a 1x2 flat tile right next to it. And we're going to set down a 1x3 flat tile right there, followed by a 1x1x1 corner wall element to finish up the base of the shower pan. Let's set down a 1x2 by 2/3 slope. This is going to be like a little threshold for the water pan to keep the water from flowing out. Now let's install the floor for the main living area with a pair of 1x3 jumper plates. Place these right here, followed by a 1x2 jumper plate and another set of 1x3 jumper plates. This is going to be used to attach our seats and our dining table. And in this area, a 1x4 plate. I'm going to tile in this area with several 1x flat tiles. Now let's take a pair of 1x6 plates with mud guard. We're going to place these right above our axles. This will smooth off the sides of the wheel wells. And a 1x3 plate right here. Skip 2 studs, place down a 1x2 plate, and in this area a 1x3 plate. This is going to be an opening for the door, and in these two areas a set of 1x2 plates. This area is going to be left open for a propane tank. Now right here I'm going to leave this as a storage area for underneath the bunk beds. Let's place a set of 1x1x1 corner wall elements right there, and a set of 1x2x2 corner wall elements, and a 1x2x1 wall element right in the center to finish that off. Gives us plenty of space under the bed. Now let's set down a pair of 2x2 plates on top of the jumper plates. This is going to raise up our seats. Back on the right hand side, we're going to build up another layer of plates, starting with a pair of 1x2 plates in this corner, and another set of 1x2 plates in the bottom right. In these two areas, a set of 1x1 plates to fill in these two spots by the door. And we're going to wrap around the remaining areas with several 1x2 plates. Now back on the right, let's place our final layer of plates, starting with a pair of 1x3 plates, and in this area right here, a 1x1 plate. Let's lock in this area with a 1x2 and 1x3 plates. Now I'm going to proceed on the top left with a 1x2 and 1x3 plates. Crown these two areas off with two 1x2 plates. And we're going to wrap around here with a 1x3 and a few more 1x2 plates to finish up this area. In this area, let's place a 1x4 brick, a 1x3 brick right here, and a 1x2 brick in this area. And we don't want to forget about the 1x1 brick that goes in this corner to finish off that portion of the wall. Now for rear brake lights, let's take a 1x1 angular headlight brick. Let's face it off with a 1x1 transparent red flat tile. Let's make a pair of these, and let's drop these down in like so. Now for hookups, let's take another 1x1 angular headlight brick. Let's face this off with a black stud. Set this one right here. This is going to be our electrical. We're going to make another one that has a white stud. Place this one right next to it. This could be used for water. And a 1x2 modified brick with Technic cross hole. This is going to be used to attach our propane tank. Now we're going to lock all this together with two 1x8 plates. Now for this side, I'm going to skip 2 studs and place a 1x8 brick right there. And I'm going to come along perpendicular and place a 1x3 brick. Now in this area right here, we're going to place a 1x2 flat tile, a 1x2 jumper plate, another 1x2 flat tile, and I'm going to take a 2x2 round flat tile and place it right in the center of the jumper plate. Let's continue our wall construction with a pair of 1x3 bricks. Take a 1x2 brick with Technic pin, place that right there, and we're going to proceed to wrap around with another pair of 1x3 bricks. In this area, a 1x2 brick and a 1x4 brick right above the wheel well. And we're going to place a set of 2x2x2 seats on top of the 2x2 plates. Now for the dinette table, take a 2x2 flat tile. Let's flip this over. Let's take a telescope piece, place it right inside the tube underneath the tile. Now let's set our dinette table right on top of the 1x2 jumper plate. For the oven and range, start with a 1x2 palisade brick. Let's place a 1x2 plate on top, a 1x2 transparent clear plate, and a 1x2 jumper plate for a top burner. For the kitchen sink, take a 1x2 palisade brick. On the left hand side, let's place a 1x1 brick, and on the right hand side, a 1x1x1 wall element and a tap, where the tap is hanging over the wall element. Let's rotate the trailer, and on this side I'm going to place our oven and range and our little kitchen sink right on top of the 1x4 plate. Take a 1x2x2 wall element with a window. We're going to slip in a piece of transparent black glass inside. Let's make two of these. I'm going to take the first one and stick a 1x2 plate with slide to where the slide is hanging on the inside. And we're going to take another window, place it right on top. Let's make a set of these. Let's take our two window assemblies. I'm going to place these right in these two areas right here. And in the front, take three 1x2x3 wall elements. These are going to give us a little bit more clearance in the sleeping area. Let's make a set of columns with three 1x1 bricks. We'll stack these on top of one another. Just place these down on a flat surface to make sure everything's lined up. Make three of those. Let's take our column assemblies. I'm going to place these two on both sides of the wall elements. And I'm going to set this one right on this side, right above the electrical hookup. Now, back on the front, let's take a pair of 1x4 by 1 1/3 brick with bow. Let's place these right on top of the wall elements and the 1x1 columns. Now what these are going to do is strengthen up the front and these window assemblies. And in this area right here, a 1x6 flat tile to smooth off this area. Now, for our large window, take a 1x6x3 windshield, place that right in there. Let's start walling off our bathroom with a 1x2x3 wall element. Place that right there. And in this area, I'm just going to stack three 1x6 bricks. Strengthen up this portion of the wall. Now for the rear, let's take three more 1x2x3 wall elements. Let's finish up the back. Now let's proceed on with a 1x1 brick in this area. Now I want to take a 1x2 brick with two studs. I want to place a set of studs on top of these. This is going to be our hot and cold knobs. I'm going to place these where they're facing inward. And a 1x2x2 corner brick right there. Set down a 1x2 brick and a 1x4 brick in this area. Now for the kitchen, let's take a 1x2x2 wall element. We're going to place this one right by the oven and range. Take a 1x2x2 wall element with window. Let's place a piece of glass inside. We're going to place this right here by the sink. That's if it goes in. Now let's rotate our trailer. I'm going to take a 1x1 brick with two studs on opposing sides, place place this one right here. Take a 1x1 brick with one stud, place it where the stud is facing inside, and then we're going to take two more of these 1x1 bricks with two studs. Let's place these right above the oven and range. This is going to be used to attach our upper cabinets that we place it in a moment or two. For the shower head assembly, take a pair of 1x2 plates. Let's place these on top of one another, and a 1x2 plate with stick. Place it right on top. Let's take a stick with holder and a 1x1 nose cone. Place the nose cone on the stick. We're going to drop the holder portion right on the 1x2 plate with stick for the shower head. Let's set our shower head assembly right in this area. And we're going to finish this off with a 1x1 brick and a 1x2x2 corner brick. Let's set down a 1x3x4 door for the bathroom door for a little added privacy. And I'm going to lock the door in with a 1x8 flat tile. You may have to wiggle this one in to line everything up. We're going to take another flat tile, 1x8 flat tile, place this back here to lock in these wall elements. And a set of 1x3 plates in between the flat tiles. In this area, I'm going to set down a 1x2x2/3 slope for a range hood and a 1x2 flat tile for a set of fake cupboards. And in this area, a 1x8 plate with slide. This is going to use to support the top. Now let's rotate the unit around on these two studs. We're going to set down a 1x2x2/3 slope for the exhaust and a 1x1 transparent yellow slope for a little porch light. Take a 1x4x5 right-hand train door. Let's place a piece of glass right inside. Depends on which way this wants to go in. And we're going to set this in this opening, and we're going to lock everything together with a 1x8 plate with slide. So this is pretty wiggly, so you're going to have to multitask and hold everything together. Now let's strengthen up this area with a 1x6 plate and a 1x8 plate. And yes, the plate does go over the edge of the tiles. Same thing with this side. We're going to start with a 1x6 plate and a 1x8 plate to lock all that together. And let's finish off everything with some flat tiles, starting with a pair of 1x3 flat tiles, and we're going to fill in the remaining areas with 4 1x6 flat tiles. This not only smooths off the top, but also gives the sides a bit more strength. For the bunk bed, start with a 2x3 plate. Let's set down a 1x6 flat tile right in the top center. Let's slide in 2 more 2x3 plates. For the middle, start with a 1x3 flat tile, a 1x2 flat tile, and a 1x1 plate. This is going to help anchor down our pillow. And let's finish up this side with a 1x6 flat tile and a 1x2 flat tile on top of the plate for a little pillow. Let's make 2 of these. Let's take our beds, we're going to place them inside. So I'm just going to turn this one sideways, rotate it around, and set it in like so, and it should just fall right in place. Same thing with the second bed. Rotate it in, get this flat, slide it on top of the 1x2 plates with slide. Let's start with a 2x2 round brick with 2 holes for our propane tank. Take a friction pin with cross axle, place it into one of the holes, and the other hole a Technic pin with stud. And I want to crown off the stud with a round 1x1 flat tile. Now on top of the studs on the top of the round brick, place a 2x2 dome and a round flat tile to crown that off. We're going to flip this over, and take a 2x2 glider shoe plate, place that right on the bottom. Now let's set our propane tank in the cross hole. Let's take a narrow tire and a narrow rim, place the tire on the rim. Let's make 3 of these. And I'm going to set this one on the 1x2 brick with Technic pin and the other 2 on the other Technic pins. I'm going to have the lug nuts facing outwards. Now we can take our stabilizers, bring these out on both sides, give our trailer a bit more stability, and we're just going to set this thing down like so. Let's begin the roof. Start with a 6x8 plate. Let's place a 1x6 flat tile on the right hand side and proceed on with 6 1x4 flat tiles. Now in the left center, a 2x4 plate. Now let's slip a 6x6 plate right here, and we're going to proceed on with 2 1x2 flat tiles and 2 1x2 plates. This is going to be our little fake skylight, and we're going to crown these off with a pair 1x2 transparent clear plates. Now let's fill in the remaining areas with several flat tiles. Now for a little air conditioner, let's set down a pair of 1x3 plates on the left hand side of the 2x4 plate, and let's finish it off with a 2x2 by 2/3 plate with bow and a pair of 1x2 flat tiles. Now let's flip the roof over and take a 2x4 plate, place that right in the center of this joint to keep everything locked and secure. Let's set the top on our cozy camper. It just rests on top of the plates with slide as well as the 1x8 flat tiles, and it does finish off the top nice. And this concludes the tutorial for the cozy camper.